Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. Come back soon.
Hello again. Welcome back after a week off to another Saturday night and another double feature. Good movies. Before I talk about the movies, I want to say I had a great time on the coast of Washington and Oregon with the wife and the dog. Lots of fun on the beach. Lots of sights to see. Raw oysters, all kinds of good stuff. So, all right. Tonight we've got two movies from 1958. British movies from 1958. MGM brought them out here. They were done by Amalgamated Pictures. First, we've got The Haunted Strangler, and second, we've got Fiend Without a Face. First one, Haunted Strangler, is Karloff. You can't go wrong with Karloff. Well, maybe. Some of his Mexican stuff was sort of, but that's neither here nor there. Don't have a lot to say about this movie, but it's pretty good. One bit of trivia is the director and the makeup man were talking about how to achieve Karloff's metamorphosis without undue complication or expense. You'll see what I mean. But Karloff volunteered he could achieve the effect by simply taking out his dentures. Pretty awesome, huh? Ingenious. Leave it to Boris. He's a good one. And he's not a bad scientist in this either. He's a researcher. So there. Awesome. Also, not going to have an intermission tonight. The last two times that this show was blocked ended up being a delayed reaction to stuff during the intermissions. So let's cut out these intermissions, show some good movies, and we'll hope for the best. I'm not getting too discouraged about all this blockage stuff yet, but it is a bit of a bummer when I spend the time to put these shows together for you folks, and the algorithms capture it all. So let's just move on now with The Haunted Strangler.
Terrorize the metropolis, 5 young women murdered in as many months. The life story of Martha Stewart, only a halfpenny, an eyewitness account of the Haymarket orgy. Martha's last night at Judas Hall, only a halfpenny, the life story of Edward Styles. 5 lovely young girls burned to death, only a halfpenny yet, the infamous history of the Haymarket Strangler. It's all here. 5 unfortunate birds that I do.
No, but I never knew about this truth. I'm innocent. No, you can't hang me. Murder Martha Stewart.
Cover him well over. Quicklime is cheap enough.
We therefore commit his body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Dr. Tennant's fainted. Quick, give us a hand.
I've been back over the records and given you at least a dozen cases. Why on earth choose this one?
It's the one clear case that'll prove my point. If Stiles had had the money to buy an adequate defense, he never would have hanged.
Very well, let's take this up into my office. It's more fresh air up there.
Right.
I don't know why you social reformers always want to play detective to prove your theories.
Because you detectives always leave such gaps in your investigations.
Well, that doesn't apply to me. I wasn't on this case. Now then, what is it you want?
There was a Dr. Horsley, the police surgeon on the case. I'd like to see his report.
Ah, yes. Yes, here it is. I don't know what you expect to find. If ever a case was proved, this one was.
Oh, no, but there's nothing in Stiles' life to show that he was capable of such violence.
Except for this. Here's positive identification of Stiles.
A dozen people saw him that night in the Judas Hole. Why, one of them, Chorus says, she still sings there. It's quite impossible for her to have mistaken a one-armed man.
Is the knife still in the box?
You nearly had me that time. You know it isn't.
No, and it never was found. That's one of the gaps I was talking about. Ah, here's what I want. A young doctor named Tennant, Horsley's assistant. Horsley sent him to do the autopsy on Styles' body.
Well, the law demands an autopsy on anyone who's died an unnatural death.
Tennant collapsed at Styles' graveside.
Well, you said he was a young fellow.
Young, perhaps, but not squeamish. Look, it's all here. 5 young women brutally murdered in the neighborhood, and the autopsy on all of them was performed by Tennant.
What are you suggesting?
Why, that he might know as much about the murders as anybody else. But I can't find him. He never went back to Horsley, not even to collect the salary that was owed him. Why did he disappear so soon after Styles was hanged?
It looks as though you're concocting some far-fetched theory out of your imagination.
Is it so far-fetched? I wonder if he knew that Styles was innocent. I wonder if he was hiding something.
My dear Rankin, I've known you for an awful long time. Allow me to tell you I've never heard such rubbish in my life.
How can you call it rubbish if you don't even know why Tennant disappeared?
But I do. Look, it's all here in Horsley's report. Here, Tennant was admitted to Guy's Hospital seriously ill. It was from there he disappeared. Where are you going?
To Guy's Hospital, of course, to concoct another far-fetched theory.
Yes, here it is. The 3rd. Dr. Tennant admitted. Brought in from Newgate Prison, unconscious. Ah, yes. Suffering from hallucinations, and loss of memory, and some form of paralysis of the left side. Here is an opinion that if the hallucinations and attacks of paralysis with accompanying violence continue, he must be certified and confined to an asylum. Is that what you want?
It makes no mention of the fact of his disappearance.
It says here, Dr. Tennant missing from his room. Authorities notified.
That's all.
And only a note. In the event of any person claiming Dr. Tennant's possessions, I have placed them in the lost property room, pigeonhole number 602.
If they're still there, I'd like to see them.
Well, it's strictly against the regulations, of course. But should we look in the pigeonhole first?
Thank you.
Ah, here we are, sir. Safe as the day it was placed there. Now, let me test my memory. That'll be Dr. Tennant. Yes, that's the one. Quite a scandal there was about it at the time. We old still talk about it.
Scandal? What sort of scandal?
Well, the young nurse who ran away with him. The doctors all said he was mad. She thought she knew better. And when the asylum van came, no patient, no nurse. I never heard what became of them.
Do you remember the name of the nurse?
I'm afraid you've got me there, sir. Very quiet and reserved she was.
Do you have records that go that far back?
It would mean quite a search.
It would be a great help if I could have that information. And if I could borrow these things.
I should have to consult my superiors, of course. But I think it could be arranged. Will you come this way?
Yes, thank you. Good evening, Hannah.
Good evening, sir.
Has Dr. McCall come yet?
Yes, sir. He's in the conservatory with Miss Lily. Shall I tell him you've come back?
No, I'll find him, all right. Oh, by the way, how's that young scamp of a brother of yours?
Oh, sir, he's been very well. He's got himself a job as a porter at Covent Garden.
Well, good. That'll keep him out of mischief.
Ma and I, we'll never forget what you did for him, sir.
Well, no need for him to go to prison simply because he had bad friends.
Is that you, Jim? Aren't they beautiful? Now, don't frown. I've been most careful not to touch any of your precious papers.
Thank you, my dear.
Did you have a good day?
Splendid. I made great strides.
How much longer are these investigations going on?
Oh, I'm afraid the end isn't quite in sight, Barbara.
But it's all past. That man was dead and buried 20 years ago. Let him rest.
I know I can't bring Styles back from the dead, but one could force a change in the legal system so that a poor man would have a lawyer to defend him. Styles was a typical case, and there'll be plenty of others.
Jim, I realize
Now,
how much...
I must just find this young assistant of mine. And, oh, by the way, we're going out again. We won't be back for dinner.
I wanted to talk to you about Lily.
Later, dear.
Oh, Ken, you must never return to Canada. I couldn't bear it.
Unless you come with me as my wife.
But that won't be for years. Not until you've completed your studies. Psychological medicine seems such a big thing.
Darling, it's new. When I win my diploma, think of the prospect. A new idea and a new country. And with you at my side, nobody can stop me.
I can't wait.
Ah, there you are, McCall.
Oh, good evening, sir.
I'm sorry, Papa. I didn't know you were back.
Evening, Lily. My boy, just give me a hand with this table. As usual, Bert was most helpful. Showed me the complete file on the Styles case. The trail led to Guy's hospital, but I found these things. They belonged to Dr. Tennant. First of all, a letter.
From Australia?
Yes, from a sheep farmer named Temple, saying he can give him work in his station up country when he gets there. Then another letter from a shipping company, offering him a berth on a grain ship, but saying arrival in Sydney can't be guaranteed under 6 months.
And here's the actual ticket, unused. He never left England.
Exactly. That's not all. The usual paraphernalia, stethoscope, surgical dressing, and an instrument case from which a surgeon's knife is missing.
I don't follow you, sir.
What was the last case that he was employed on before we lost sight of him?
You mean the autopsy on Styles?
Exactly. An autopsy on which a surgeon's knife would be an essential instrument. Also the perfect instrument for murder.
Excuse me, sir. There's a cab waiting. Says you ordered him.
Thank you, Hannah. Get your coat, McCall.
Come on, get it. Here.
As you will see, the contents of Tennant's notebook are most revealing. Intimate details of the killings of all 5 girls. Details that go far beyond an ordinary routine report on an autopsy. Why was he so fascinated by these gruesome details?
Well, he was young. Perhaps he took trouble to follow through on the cases. I would want to myself.
Oh, I doubt that very much, my boy. I regard it more as the abnormal, morbid streak that is quite lacking in everything we know of Styles, but could be used to build a case against Tennant.
There is a point I think you overlook, sir. Tennant had the use of both arms.
I know. And the women were only half strangled and then slashed to death. Of course, it's perfectly true. Styles was a one-armed man, but we mustn't overlook the word paralysis in Tennant's case history. Oh, I see we're getting close to our destination.
And where is that, sir?
The place where the last victim was killed and where Styles was caught and identified. And the place that is mentioned so often in Tennant's notebook. The Judas Hole. Would you give this note to Miss Cora Seth, please?
Certainly, sir. Would you be good enough to wait up there?
Yes.
Good, eh?
Oh, very good. I really came to see Cora Seth.
Oh, well, give her time. 20 years is a long while to think back.
Seth will be with you in just a few moments, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, it is. You're not the police.
Purely private business.
Oh, that's different. Your Billy Do about the Haymarket Strangler gave me quite a turn. Oh, I was only about 17 when I helped send Martha Stewart's killer to the gallows.
Oh, you're drunk.
I'm not drunk. I've never been drunk. And I shall never be drunk.
Take this lout away from me. I'm soaked to the skin.
I don't think a handkerchief will be sufficient. Where can I take you?
Bring my fan.
Pearl may be your prodigy, but you'll have to teach her to handle a man better than that.
She's young, she'll learn.
Well, don't stand there. Bring it in.
Come on, girls, out the way.
Come here. I haven't thanked you yet for taking that lout off my hands.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
There. That was nice, wasn't it?
Come on, Ducky, over here. Well, sit down. No need to be uncomfortable.
Thank you.
Well, now, Mr. Rankin, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm a novelist, and I'm about to write a pamphlet based on the Haymarket Strangler murders.
You mean Edward Stiles?
It's not about Styles I want to talk. There was a young doctor here the night of the murder, a certain Dr. Tennant.
Dick Tennant. He was here.
You knew him?
Yes, he was always about pestering us girls.
Why do you say pestering?
Well, you know, in and out, night after night, bottles of champagne. Never knew why a young doctor like him should want to go rampaging around the town. He didn't seem cut out for it, if you know what I mean.
Well, as a matter of fact, I
A
don't...
fine thing, Cora. He rescues me and I offer to thank him. And what does he do? Asks for his friend who's talking to Cora, he says.
The gentleman here on business, Pearl.
Business? A fine story. What business have you got?
My business. And you wrap yourself up and get back to yours.
Well,
Well, go on. Don't you sauce me, you little bit.
Ouch! Well...
Little baggage. She won't come to much harm, a girl with spirit like that, eh?
We were talking of Dr. Tennant. Was he fond of anyone in particular?
He'd have liked to have been.
You, for instance?
No, I wouldn't let him lay a finger on me.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. You can't account for feelings. It's just something in the way he looked at you. When he touched you, it was... Anyway, he didn't want me. It was Martha Stewart he was after.
The girl who was murdered?
Poor Martha. I'll never forget that night. Not as long as I live. I was in here, you know. And I heard that terrible scream. I went rushing out. And I was just in time to see that one-armed creature running away.
Are you quite sure that it was Styles?
Are you calling me a liar?
And the face. Did you see the face?
I didn't have to see his face. I could tell that one-armed outline anywhere.
What sort of a girl was Martha Stewart?
Funny thing, that. She was as light pearl as 2 peas. Well, I've got to change. If you 2 gents don't want an eyeful, you better get out.
Quite.
That woman's identification of Styles is worthless.
Exactly. But what she had to say about Dr. Tennant is quite another matter. Now, McCall, I want his whole history investigated, just as thoroughly as we did with Styles.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Barbara, you didn't wait up for me.
I told you, dear, I want to talk to you.
So you did. I'm sorry, but in the excitement of the evening, I quite forgot.
Jim, what I wanted to say
I know that I shouldn't go on wasting my time.
No, it wasn't. But I will say one thing. You shouldn't meddle with things that are outside your knowledge. You mustn't, Jim. You mustn't. I beg of you.
I'm sorry, Barbara, but a man must do the work in which he believes.
I'm sorry, dear. All I ask is that you don't overtax your strength. Make yourself ill.
I won't. I've nearly finished, and then I can turn the summaries over to McCall.
It's about him I want to talk. He and Lily like each other very much.
Oh, Barbara, you see romance everywhere. Now, surely you didn't wait up just to tell me that.
I did. Lily's spoken to me about it. I think she's in love with him.
Well, in that case, I'll just have to give the young man enough work to keep him occupied. And so far as I'm concerned, dear, I promise you that very soon I'll settle down again and write another long 3-volume novel suitable for the most genteel of young women.
And my last inquiry, sir, was at the medical school. Tennant's examination results were brilliant, but he was an erratic student.
Well done, McCall. So there we have it. A father who beat his son unmercifully. A mother who drank and didn't care. Interrupted studies, but a brilliant mind, and carousing in places like the Judas Hole.
Where we find that at least one woman refused him, and another couldn't bear his touch. He'd have a need to revenge himself.
5 times over in cold blood?
Perhaps he had a compulsion to kill. Afterwards, in his lucid moments, he might bitterly regret his actions. He might even forget them altogether.
You mean he killed while he was in some sort of a trance?
I can only theorize, sir.
Yes, but it's a theory that applies to a man who had intermittent attacks of paralysis and great fits of violence.
I can't contradict you, sir.
He was trying to cut himself off from his own life by going to Australia. Perhaps in an effort to rid himself of the compulsion to kill, he discarded the knife that had become the symbol of the murders.
Well, it's an explanation, sir. But...
Where was the last place that he would have had the knife?
Well, I suppose he had it at Stiles' autopsy, before the burial.
Exactly. So the knife must be hidden in the most obvious place.
Where?
You can't deny it, McCall. In Stiles' coffin.
I tell you, Rankin, I can't accept your theory. My commissioner threw me out in the street if I was to present such flimsy evidence. In any case, it's pure supposition. A lot of psychological hot air.
Give me that, McCall. Is that supposition? I ask you, where is the knife that should lie in that groove?
Oh, was this Tennant's?
It was. Again, I ask you, where is the knife?
Well, it's not the first time a surgeon's lost a scalpel, is it?
How dare you disparage my opinions? I'm going to find that knife and hold it under your nose and make you apologize. I demand
Mr. Rankin,
I will say it, McCall. Burke, I demand the exhumation of Edward Stiles' body.
I'm sorry, Rankin, but please don't drive me too far. And don't make a fool of yourself.
I'm going to make an official demand for the exhumation of Stiles' body. If you won't help me, to whom should I make it?
Well, if you must, I suppose the governor of Newgate Prison. But I warn you...
Good day to you, and I'm sorry I can't add thanks.
You had no right to admit him.
I gave you the letter, sir.
Let him wait. Take this back with my compliments and see him off the premises.
This way, sir.
Sir,
who are you?
I sent you that letter in all good faith.
I never read such nonsense in my life. To exhume a prisoner, sentenced and executed 20 years ago for the whim of a scribbling novelist.
I stated my reasons quite clearly.
Reasons, that claptrap? I tell you, I knew the man. I had the privilege of seeing him go to the scaffold. And if ever a blackguardly ruffian deserved his sentence, it was Edward Stiles.
I'm not going to rest here. I'll go to higher authority, I warn you.
Oh, you're warning me?
All we had was the condemned cell. 'Tisn't everyone what can stomach a whipping.
I was talking to the governor. Where is he?
Now, take it easy, sir. You had a nasty turn. You're free to go whenever you like. Previous occupant wasn't so lucky. His Nibs instructed me to return this letter.
Oh, he did he?
Begging your pardon, sir, the governor acquainted me with the contents. Of course, he ain't a free agent. He's hemmed in by rules and regulations. You follow me?
I think I do. Do you know the location of the grave?
Do I? I helped to bury him. Packed him in quicklime, I did. He was a lovely fit. We couldn't get him in till we got his clothes off. Not half an inch either way.
Please.
They don't use that graveyard. Not once in weeks. Now, if someone was to let you in the gate late at night, someone what knew where the coffin lay...
Are you suggesting that you would...
Of course, there'd have to be a consideration for his trouble beforehand.
There'll be no trouble about the money, but how can I be sure that...
I thought we were speaking as gentleman to gentleman. There's your letter. Be off with you.
No, wait a minute, wait.
Must you go on working, Ken?
Yes, darling. Your father expects these summaries by the morning.
You never seem to have any time for me anymore.
Oh, now, darling. You know that's not true.
McCall! When I gave you the freedom of my house, I expected you to observe certain decencies.
Well, sir, I was going to...
But, Father, we're going to marry.
Really? I thought it was customary for a young man to ask permission.
Father, you must have known. Mother said she'd try to talk to you about it.
I've no real objection to your joining my family, McCall. But I do wish you'd said something to me. It's bad enough being blocked and frustrated by the authorities at every turn without having you add to my anxieties.
We had no such intentions, Papa. I'll see that he works harder than ever.
You'll have to if I'm successful tonight.
Do you want me to come with you, sir?
Thank you. No, McCall. You can't help me.
Oh, Ken, I'm so happy. I think he means to give his approval.
I'm not so sure. Since the day we went to Burke's office, I've lost his confidence. I disagreed with him.
Then first thing tomorrow morning, tell him how sorry you are.
Yes, I will. But I must talk to Burke again.
Yes, but not now, Ken.
No, not now.
hours, so you'll have your work cut out. Wait a minute. I'll be back at 2. And mind you're gone. You'll find a spade over there in the corner.
Mamma, why should I wait so long?
Your father hasn't yet told me that he approves, Lily. And in any case, dear, it was very wrong of you to encourage Dr. McCall without speaking to me in the first place. Now, run along upstairs. I'll come and talk to you presently.
Please, Mum, shall I lock the front door?
No, Hannah, not yet. Mr. Rankin isn't home.
Yes. Did he say where he was going?
No, but I expected some meeting to carry his investigations further.
Did you see that young man sitting at one of the tables just near to us? Oh, lovely.
Pearl! Pearl, where are you? Pearl! Can you hear me?
Oh, shut up, Cora. What do you want?
Come and do me up. I'm getting too fat.
Oh, all right. I'll be over in a minute.
Open up, girls.
Here.
Quiet. A present from Major Fortescue.
Oh,
Yeah, he sends his compliments, and he said he wants you all to join him in fresh bottles when these are empty.
Good night. Come again soon.
I shall, my pearl. You give an edge to a man's inclinations. Next time I shall bring you a stone to match your name.
Oh, two. Set in gold. I'll have one here and one here.
Pearl! I can't wait all night.
Oh, shut up! You'd better go. Otherwise, Cora will miss her entrance, and then London will never be the same. George, see his lordship off.
Good night.
Rachel.
And about time, too.
Can't you learn to keep your big mouth shut?
Now, you listen to me, my girl. Until you're a great deal older, and I'm sure you can pick 'em right, you're going to stay right here under my wing.
Not if you're going to spoil the chances I do get. You nearly lost me a pair of pearl earrings.
Pearl earrings. Before I've finished with you, there'll be diamond necklaces. You be patient, my pearl. I'll make you the toast of the town.
Oh, you're a good sort, Cora. With you looking after me, I'll do all right.
My fan. Right. How do we look?
Gorgeous. If one day I can equal it, I'll be very happy.
You will, my love, you will. Tell George to put a bottle of stout in my room, eh?
All right, I will.
Now, Cora is a lady. I'm a girl what's doing well. I deal in nothing shady. I've got too much to sell. It's very plain for all to see. I've got a heart of gold. So join the queue. Enjoy the view. I'm big, I'm bad, I'm bold. All the boys adore her. She's always ready for a little bit of fun with a duke or an earl or a younger son. But if you've got the wherewithal to treat her as you should, but a diamond bright, she'll cuddle up tight, and maybe a little bit more of all the boys adore her. She's always dining with the la-dee-da and making 'em pay for the caviar. But if you take her fancy, she won't ask you for a sou. But play your part, she'll give her heart, and maybe a little bit more of. Now, Cora likes a dandy, a chap what's doing fine. And I'm not averse to brandy. In fact, it's quite my line. Of course I wouldn't drink a lot. I'm such a careful girl. I wouldn't blot my copybook, not even for an hour.
Who are you? Who let you in?
A
She's always ready for a little bit of fun with a duke or an earl or a younger son. And maybe a little bit more. Cora, Cora, all the boys adore her. She's always ready.
You should have stayed in bed, Jim. You're not fit to be up.
I'm sorry I frightened you, Barbara. It was a nightmare. I didn't know I was shouting.
You must let Dr. McCall examine you, dear. You're not well, and I know you don't want to worry me.
I don't want to worry anybody. But the proof of my theories is almost within my grasp. I know now that Styles was innocent.
Jim, give it up. I beg of you with all my heart. Don't go on.
I must go on. I can't give it up. The man may still be alive. I know who he is. I know his name. It's Tennant. I must go to Burke. I must make him believe me. They must all believe me. I have the proof.
Sir, there's a man here from Inspector Birch. He wants you to join him at the Judas Hole. Last night, a girl was murdered, half strangled and stabbed.
Have him wait. I'll go with him as soon as I'm dressed.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Jim, are my pleas useless? Do they mean so little?
I'm committed. I can't turn back now.
Oh, Jim.
Terrible. A young girl like that.
Everybody in the place saw the man. The resemblance was so marked that Cora started the cry of the Haymarket Strangler, and the mob took it up as they set after him.
What can I do to help?
This is your fault. Why did you have to go stirring up the dead? If you'd let Martha lie peacefully in her grave, Herbert be alive now. This is your doing, Mr. Ratkin.
Now, Cora. Cora, come on, pull yourself together. These hysterics aren't going to help anybody. Come on, Cora. Try and remember what the man looked like.
I don't know anymore. I don't know. It was just as though Styles had come back to life again. It was the same man, the very same man. I tell you that if you brought me face to face with him now. It was the Haymarket Strangler.
Is she right? Would I have been wiser to let the dead rest?
I have no opinions about that, but your theories have been proved right. There's too much similarity for this to have been coincidence. Rankin, are you prepared to cooperate?
In any way that I can, this man must be stopped.
I want you to come to my office. For 20 years, this man's been amongst us. Something you've either said or done has stirred his brain. It shouldn't be difficult to point to him now.
Burke, any news? Have you traced them?
No, we've been over all the early ground, but we might just as well have taken your word for it.
I've been over these papers over and over again, but the trail always ends at Guy's hospital.
I'm on my way there this evening to go through the records, see if we can find the name of that nurse. Might be able to trace her.
How can you? The authorities were notified. They couldn't find the runaways.
I know, but it wasn't a matter of so much urgency then.
Burke.
Yes?
There's one more line of investigation that I must pursue.
Oh, I'll come with you.
No, go on with what you're doing. This is an intimate matter. If I'm right, you'll know soon enough.
Jim, where have you been? I've been waiting and worrying.
I've been working with Birch at Scotland Yard, trying to trace the murderer of that young girl.
Tell me about it in the morning, dear. You must get some rest. I haven't seen you like this since...
Since when? When did you see me like this? Barbara, I've never pressed you on this point. You've made me content to live as a man who only knew half of his life, but now I must know. You must tell me. Who is the man you took from Guy's hospital?
Don't ask me that, Jim.
Is it an answer that I know myself? The inevitable end of my search, that I myself am the man that I've been hunting? Of course, that's it. I've known it for days and been afraid to face the truth. Why did you do it?
My only crime has been to love you, Jim.
Then out of your love, pity me and tell me.
When they brought you to the hospital, I did pity you. You were so young. And in the periods when you were yourself, so gentle and kind. Always when you were in my care, I fell in love with you. I was a young widow with a baby to care for. Lily thinks of you as a father.
What else did you know about
Nothing.
me?
Nothing at all. You were to be certified. I couldn't believe that you were insane.
You took me away?
Yes, I did. And I encouraged you to start a new career as a novelist. It was a fearful risk, but I had to create another man. Always afraid we might be discovered. I didn't know then that you were a murderer.
Now that you do?
The decision's no longer in my hands, Jim. I tried to warn you. Begged you to give up these investigations. Fate has a strange way of bringing retribution, Jim. Styles will avenge himself on me as well as on you. But I'll not desert you.
No. Leave me alone. I'm mad. Styles, the poor wretch, should have no use for a surgeon's knife, but Tennant would. He was a doctor. They're crowding in on me. Styles, those women. I must get to Birch before...
Jim, what is it? What's the matter? No.
I don't know where on earth he could have gone. He was in my office till pretty late last night, then he left to carry out some inquiries of his own. He seemed very upset. Now, that's we're going to tell him about this.
And this on top of everything else. I'd like Dr. Johnson to have a look at him. Perhaps you can make him see reason.
I'd be glad to, McCall.
Excuse me, sir, but I've just seen Mr. Rankin coming down the street.
Well, thank you, Anna.
Why, Birch, what are you doing here?
Rankin, I've got something dreadful to tell you. Your wife was found dead in your study last night. She'd been strangled and then stabbed. Hannah said she caught sight of the murderer as he was leaving last night.
So that's what happened. Burke, I must talk to you alone.
Not in there.
What difference does it make? That is where she lay?
Yes. I told you you shouldn't have come in here.
Doesn't matter. Burke, you must arrest me. I killed my wife.
Now, look, Rankin, you've had a dreadful shock. Now, we'll find Tennant before long.
I am Tennant. I've suspected it for a long time, but last night my wife gave me the proof.
You must not make such preposterous statements, Rankin.
I killed her with the knife that was missing from the instrument case. It was here on the desk.
But how could you have found the knife?
You wouldn't help me. I found it myself. I found it in Styles' coffin.
That's just your writer's imagination. How could you possibly have dug up a body in Newgate graveyard without somebody seeing you? It's pure fantasy.
The turnkey. The turnkey who let me in, he saw me. And the people at the Judas Hole.
No, it's the Judas Hole.
They'll identify me.
Except that it wasn't you they saw.
Hannah saw me. Let me face Hannah.
Where is he, Ken?
He's in the study with Burke. Lily, I want you to meet Dr. Johnson.
How do you do, Miss Rankin?
He's promised to look at Mr. Rankin in the hope that we can persuade him to rest.
I hope you succeed, Doctor.
Hannah, would you come in the study a moment, please?
Oh, I was just going to get Mr. Rankin his
Afterwards,
breakfast.
Hannah.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand. Why should anyone want to hurt Mama?
What are you trying to do? Trap me? I'm not used to telling lies.
Nobody's trying to trap you, Hannah. You're here at Mr. Rankin's own request.
That's so, Hannah. Now, isn't it true that
Now,
when
Rankin, you mustn't put words into her mouth. Now, Hannah, who was it you saw?
I don't know.
Was it Mr. Rankin?
It was too dark to see properly. He was more like a beast than a human being. Not a gentleman like Mr. Rankin.
Thank you, Hannah.
Hannah, I know you think you're trying
Thank
to
you,
help
Hannah.
me, but...
There you are, Rankin. A girl who knows you well couldn't identify.
But the knife, I had it here in my hand.
Did you show it to anyone?
No, you sent for me to the Judas Hole before. The Newgate turnkey. He'll know me. He must. He let me into the cemetery.
There you are, Rankin, if it'll humor you.
Yes.
Why, sir, this is the gentleman what visited you in the House of Correction.
All I need...
I'll ask the questions. Did you admit him to the prison again?
Oh, what reason would I have so respectable
I want a
gentleman
straight answer. Yes or no?
Never set eyes on him since, sir.
That's a lie. You took me in the side gate. You led me to the cemetery. You should remember I paid you well enough.
Are you accusing this man of accepting bribes?
Sir, I came to you with an unusual but perfectly reasonable request, and you refused it out of hand. I had to find the knife to prove that Styles was innocent, and I did find it. How can you deny that you let me into the cemetery?
I'm sorry, sir. I'd help if I could. Upon my soul, I would.
Why you lying down?
Steady, Rankin, steady.
I ask you, sir, how could I get him into the cemetery without my mates knowing anything? Just ask them, sir.
The grave. The grave where I found the knife. The earth is still fresh. Lies he will. He can't explain that away.
There you are, sir. Fresh earth. Well?
See for yourself, sir. Jim Moxon, the child murderer. We buried him last week.
Now you're satisfied.
It's a trick. You changed the headstones. This is Styles' grave, I tell you, Governor. I demand another...
Leave him to me.
But
Steady, Rankin.
he did
Steady, old
let
man.
me in. I did find the grave, I
Rankin,
tell you.
steady.
You must help
Rankin,
me.
steady.
Oh, I thought it was...
I've asked Mr. Rankin to remain at the yard. He's excited and not at all himself.
Oh, it's what Hannah told me. I'm not surprised.
That'll do, Miss Rankin. He's under the impression that he murdered your mother. And that's only the beginning of it. Naturally, I don't believe there's any more than you do.
Has the doctor seen him?
He's with Dr. Johnson now. But I want you to return with me. We must get him into a private home before anything else happens.
Obviously a case for observation.
Coldbath Fields?
No, there'll be difficulty about that. Because, you see, he's not actually a criminal lunatic. Besides, it was the request of the daughter and the assistant that I examined him.
But an obsessional type. And dangerous.
I'd certainly prefer to have him under lock and key.
I'm just as sane as you are. My daughter had no right. You can't commit me.
You speak as if I was suggesting some hole-in-the-corner abduction. Naturally, the certificate will be signed by a justice of peace. Anything we do is purely for your own good.
You'll never get me. You'll never get me.
Get a van from Coldbath Field. And I must get a message to the superintendent. I'm signing the order for commitment. The man's a maniac.
No, take your hands off me. You've got no right to send for the inspector.
Let go!
What's the meaning of this? Release this man immediately.
Burke, you know me better than anybody. You can vouch for me. Put a stop to this.
Here's the committal order, sir. Properly signed by the justices.
But this is ridiculous. I'm afraid this paper's in order. I'm afraid Johnson's within his rights.
Burke, you can't let them. You're not going to...
If he goes, I go too!
Lily, it won't rest here.
Stood there and watched while they dragged him off to that terrible asylum.
Lily, he attacked the surgeon.
And what had they done to him before that?
Miss Rankin, this is not helping him. I'll get the commissioner to revoke the order and we'll get him into a private home. Now, you get down to Coldbath Fields and see what you can do on the spot.
Right.
Come on, try to it. I don't want it. I don't want it. No, no.
Company to see you.
Burke?
No, it's not just a friend of yours.
Call. What does he want with me?
Come on, we can't stand talking.
No!
You had no right to put him in here.
You're seeing him on his best behavior.
Mr. Rankin, it's Kenneth McCall. I'm arranging to take you away.
My mother. You and Lily wanted me put here.
Mr. Rankin, if I'd known this was going to happen, I'd never have agreed.
You both wanted me out of the way. You see, you're frightened. I'm dangerous. I didn't strangle those women. Bound.
Martha Stewart. Mr. Rankin.
Call, I curse the day I ever saw you. If I ever get my hands on you, you'll not get away just by slamming this door. Where's Burke? Send for Burke. I must have Burke. He'll believe me. I am Kenneth, I tell you I am. I strangled those women. I must prove it to you.
Oh, I'm glad you're here, sir. As medical superintendent of this asylum, I want you to authorize Mr. Rankin's transfer to a private home.
My dear sir, the man is a certified criminal lunatic.
Oh, I admit he's unbalanced, but he's not a criminal.
He attacked me. That's not a criminal assault. Perhaps you can supply a name for it.
Mr. Rankin is a friend and a collaborator. I know the stress he's been working under. He's suffering from a violent psychic upheaval, possibly a projective identification with a murderer. Without a proper examination, I wouldn't like to put a name to it.
Words, man, words.
You have to take the whole case history into consideration. With proper treatment,
I don't agree.
I only know that the so-called treatment he's been getting here may do him lasting harm. Do you think you can cure a diseased mind by brutality?
What you doing? Get hands up!
Go.
Oh, here are the papers. I had an awful time getting the signature.
There wasn't as much difficulty putting him into the asylum.
Well, Dr. Johnson raised the objections.
Admittedly, there was provocation, but it's not right to put a man in Rankin's condition into a padded cell.
No.
Anyway, thanks, Superintendent, for all you've done.
I take it you made arrangements with a private home.
Yes, I'm taking him straight from Coldbath Fields.
Good.
I'll convince him that Lily bears him as much love as if she were his own daughter.
Run down with water, said he in love a constant proof, for I'll not live very long after. Dee-dum, 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 dee-dum. They both agreed to married be upon next Easter Sunday. But Ratcatcher's daughter, she had a dream she'd not be alive on Monday. She went once more to buy some sprats and tumbled into the water. And down to the bottom, all covered in mud, sank the Ratcatcher's poor little daughter. Dee-dum, 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 dee-dum.
You seen him?
Seen who?
Escaped lunatic.
Of course I've seen him. He's hiding under the spuds. Want to look?
And wipe that silly grin off your face. He's put paid to poor Jack Billings. Spoiled his looks for life.
Straight he has.
Oh, right on him. He was coming this way.
Well, I ain't seen no one, and I've been here all the time. He's not in there. There's only potatoes in there.
Well, if you hear anything, holler. Come on.
Holler? I'll scream bloody murder. Said he in love I'll constant prove, for I'll not live very long after. So he cut his...
What will they do to him?
They'll catch him, of course. I only hope they'll let him into this private home. Then perhaps with treatment, he'll overcome this obsession.
They won't. They'll take him back to Coldbath Fields. It'll kill him.
Darling, there's little we can do. He thinks we're responsible for putting him there.
But we can't turn our backs on him, Ken.
No, darling, we can't. We'll do everything in our power. But as soon as it's over, I'm going to take you to Canada. You found him?
No, we haven't. The search parties are still out.
Hunting him like some wild animal, I suppose.
Miss Rankin, this is a matter of public safety. Now, if I'm right, he may return here. You and Miss Rankin may be in very grave danger. Where's the maid?
She'll be here soon.
Look, you go out the front, keep an eye on the road. You come around the back with me.
Right, sir.
I'm convinced that knife's in this room somewhere.
But I don't understand. Why should he want to return here to kill us?
My dear, this is something beyond all our comprehension. I had a talk with that injured attendant, and it seems evident that Rankin underwent some actual physical transformation.
You speak as if he were possessed.
I believe that he is.
You mean that somehow he released some evil spirit from the grave?
No, not that. A side of himself he can't control. A dual personality that, without the knife, is incomplete.
I can understand all that, but how do you account for this paralyzed arm?
It's a physical manifestation, a sort of paralysis associated with what is going on in his mind.
Don't understand. He was always so kind and gentle.
But your men searched this room.
It must be here somewhere. Don't move. Hannah, what happened?
It was him.
Quick, into the house. Get out!
Forgive me, Lily. Those faces, they haunt me. I tried to kill you.
Mr. Rankin, you'll have to come with me.
Yes. Yes. The knife. It must go back to the grave. I must put it there.
It's too late, Rankin.
I charge you. Bury this knife.
Shoot.
Hold it!
I'll see the knife's destroyed, Rankin.
Carry it back. It belongs here with me.
Poor dentureless Boris, with a tragic character and a tragic ending. But still, it's Boris, and he's awesome. All right, next up we have a Fiend without a face, where invisible atomic monsters attack a U.S. Armed Forces base and the local residents. Good stuff. Only bit of info I have on this film that I think is worthy of sharing is that Roy Frumkes, of Street Trash fame, reportedly secured the rights to remake this in 2010. It's 11 years ago. It hasn't happened. Why? I don't know. Could be cool, though. I mean, think of it. Fiend without a face with Street Trash, Roy Frumkes flavor. Yeah. Okay, let's just not mess around here and let's just get right on with Fiend without a face.
figure out where that power fade comes from. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.
You ever think of trying sleep instead of Benzedrine? You know you might like it.
Brother, I've had some tough nuts to crack in my time. Thanks. Nothing like this. And to top it off, this guy has to go and get himself killed right outside the base.
If he was killed.
What do you mean?
Well, he could have died from natural causes, you know.
Switch coming from a base security man. You fellows are usually suspicious of everything.
Okay. Here's the sentry's report. And, this just came in from the FBI. It's what they have on the dead man Grizel.
Yeah? Jacques Grizel, 35, French-Canadian, graduate of Toronto University, specialized in scientific farming, good war record, born in Toronto and went north for farming after the war. Has sister Barbara, age 24, living on the farm with him.
Well, both the Grizels got a clean slate. There's nothing suspicious about them.
Yeah? What was Grizel doing in the woods at 3 o'clock in the morning? Farming?
Cigarette?
No, thanks.
Look, what are you going to do now? Get yourself all involved in this business? Let the local authorities figure it out, Jeff.
Well, the colonel doesn't think it's that easy, and neither do I. Besides, who can forget the look on that dead man's face?
Now, there's probably some simple explanation.
I don't know. Maybe Doc Warren has the answer. He should be finished with the autopsy by now. Let's go on over.
Okay.
Morning, Doc. Morning, Jeff. Al.
Oh, hi, Doc.
I've just been trying to get you.
Well, what's the story?
Sit down. I wasn't able to perform your autopsy.
Why not?
Because the mayor of Winthrop and a local doctor named Bradley, who's the coroner, too, came up and claimed the body this morning.
Why didn't you call me?
The mayor had already talked to the colonel.
That's ridiculous.
Well, what's the difference? They've got the body, so it's finished.
Finished? Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it. They'll probably blame the death on our atomic reactors.
It's his fear of radioactive fallout.
We're not exploding atom bombs. We're just using atomic power for our radar experiments.
Sure, go out and tell him that. You know we're 1,000 miles from the nearest decent-sized city?
What a bunch of backward people. They've blamed us for too little rain, too much rain. The blight, the beetle, even Mrs. O'Leary's ailing cow.
That's why we have to have an autopsy, so we can prove that death wasn't caused by radiation.
Well, the coroner said it was heart failure. That ought to do it. He's one of them.
You can't figure their minds, though.
Excuse me, sir. Colonel Butler phoned to ask the major to report to his office right away.
All right, Mr. Mayor, if that's the way it is. No sense in asking you again, is there?
No, sir. There'll be no autopsy.
Come in. Oh, Major Cummings.
Is that for me, sir?
Yes, Major. I'd like to introduce Miss Barbara Grizel and Mayor Hawkins. Major Cummings.
How do you do?
Major?
If you don't mind, Colonel, I've made up my mind. It's all settled.
Just this one point. You know that our governments, Canada and the USA, have set up this base as a joint protection for our people.
We know that, and we've told you that we feel that the refusal of an autopsy, sorry, Miss Grizel, refusing to do it won't disrupt the effort.
Miss Grizel, Mayor Hawkins, I'm no parlor diplomat. I'm an army man. I'm straightforward, maybe even blunt. But I'm afraid I must use stronger methods of persuasion. You recognize this, Miss Grizel? It's your brother's notebook. He's made some very interesting notations. Major, take a look at this page here. What's it look like to you?
There's a timetable schedule.
You note the times indicated in each line? What is it?
The schedule of our takeoffs and landings.
That's enough to give me what I want, Miss Grizel.
May I have a look at that notebook?
Give it to her, Major.
This schedule is a list of your takeoff and landings. Our herd's milk had fallen off in cream content. And my brother felt it was due to the jets flying overhead. That's why he was gathering this information. If you notice in the following pages, here's what it says. Helen, less nervous today. Quality low. Diane, apathetic. Quality poor. Mabel, very pert, general improvement. And so on with the other members of the herd. This was a daily reaction of each cow.
Perhaps the colonel can tell us what he thought the items referred to.
Well, I guess that's all we have to discuss. Thank you for coming.
You know, the colonel's a nice guy, really, but, well, he does have his problems.
You don't have to apologize for him.
I'm not. It's just that he has a job to do. A difficult one under the circumstances.
Please, I'd rather not discuss it.
Okay. I was only trying to...
Tried to what?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was looking for a way to say well, I understand what you've been through.
Do you?
What the heck? I'm human. We're all human here. We're not monsters from outer space.
Well, thanks.
What for?
Oh, for the lift and the words of comfort.
I wish I could do more.
I've no hard feelings if that's what you're thinking.
Well, I was, but not anymore. So long.
Control ready, sir.
Green Dog, this is Pyramid. Are you ready for Test Baker? Over.
This is Green Dog. We're circling quite easily at 40,000 feet. Standing by for Test Baker. Over.
Okay, Green Dog, commence Test Baker. Commence Test Baker. Over.
Try starting out on the 500-mile range.
Set for the 500-mile range, Sergeant.
Master scope set at 500-mile range. Generator set. Position 6 Charlie.
Start scanning, normal speed.
Scanning, normal speed.
Increase scanning speed, 20 RPMs.
Scanning now, 20 RPMs.
Increase range to 1,000 miles.
Range increased to 1,000 miles, sir.
Steady on your sensitive, control number 3.
Right, sir.
Increase range to 1,500 miles.
Range increasing to 1,500 miles, sir.
Hold it steady now, Sergeant.
Right, sir.
Okay, Sergeant. Increase to 2,000 miles.
Increasing range to 2,000 miles, sir. Range increased to 2,000.
Look, sir. Siberia. Increase range to 2,500 miles.
Range increased to 2,500, sir.
If we can keep this equipment working right, we can watch those Russians 24 hours a day right in their own backyard. We can spot any plane, any missile, anything that's airborne.
Image is fading, sir.
There it goes again. Same trouble. Well, Green Dog, this is Pyramid. Check your equipment. Our image is fading. Repeat, check your equipment. Our image is fading. Over.
This is Green Dog. Our equipment is working okay. Over.
The signal's going out okay from here, sir. There's no drop in power.
Must be some interference again. There's no other answer.
We'll try increasing the power.
Well, sir, we're pushing the atomic plant as much as we can now.
We've got to lick this power fade. Tell them to pour it on.
Peterson. Well, Pete, this is Cummings, Master Control. We want you to give us everything you've got.
But, Jeff, we've already exceeded the design limits. Every time you take a test, you ask for more power. If I take any more of those rods out, the reactor's liable to get out of control.
Well, take some more out. We'll have to risk it. We've got to have more power.
Okay, it's your funeral. Mine, too, probably. Remove 10 more rods from reactor number 3. Yeah, I know, but it's an order.
power's been boosted, sir, but still can't increase the image further.
And it doesn't matter how much we boost the transmitter power, it doesn't reach the plane. You know, it's almost as if the power were being drained off.
Well, we'll just have to keep working on it.
Yeah, and in the meantime, what new excuse do I give the Pentagon?
This is Green Dog. This is Green Dog. Standing by for instructions. Over.
Okay, Green Dog. Okay, Green Dog. Test Baker is completed. Return to base. Repeat. Test Baker is completed. Return to base. Over.
Roger and out.
Okay, Sergeant. Let's close shop.
Jacques Grisel's sum of good overshadows the other.
What has he marked up in the ledger for good as against the ledger for bad?
He was a good, generous man. His spirit of service. And now we consecrate the worldly remains of our beloved Jacques to the good earth from whence he sprang. Closer and closer.
Thank goodness the cows are getting used to them.
Aye. Are we eating soon?
It'll be ready in a minute. I just want to feed the chickens first.
What is it? What happened? Amelia!
Can I see you home, Barbara?
No, thank you, Mayor. I think I better go back with Professor Walker and keep my mind occupied.
You sure you want to? My work can wait, you know.
Say, Mayor! There, Ben Adams and his wife are dead, same as young Griselle. Where? Up at the farm.
At the edge of the air base.
But, Mayor Hawkins, you're taking a great deal for granted. There is absolutely no evidence pointing to radioactive fallout or radioactive contamination of any kind. Yes, we'll do everything we can, I assure you. Yes. Yes. Goodbye. In addition to our headaches with the Pentagon, we're now being accused of killing off the people in this town.
Perhaps they'd cooperate, sir, if we could explain more about our anti-missile program. I mean, not the secret stuff.
You know that's impossible, Jeff. Come in.
It'll be rough if the town turns against us.
Sir, we began a complete investigation of the Adams farm, but the local constable, a man named Gibbons, told us to get off the place. Said it came under his jurisdiction and we had no business being there.
What kind of cooperation do you call that?
Well, they're nervous, upset. We've got to find out how those people died.
Well, suppose you get hold of the Adams relatives. See if you can persuade them to let us do an autopsy.
Yes, sir, I'll try.
Reassure them. Promise them anything. But get hold of those bodies.
I made a complete autopsy on both cases. Called Dr. Bradley in to check my findings, and our opinions concur. It's fantastic. On examination of the skull of Mr. Adams, I noticed two small holes in the base of the occipital region here. They penetrated to the medulla oblongata, where the spinal cord meets the brain. I opened the skull to investigate and found this.
The brain, it's gone.
Yes. Sucked out like an egg through those two holes. That's not all. The entire spinal cord is missing.
But it's incredible.
It's as if some mental vampire were at work.
Where's the brain and spinal cord gone?
I'm a doctor, Colonel, not a detective. There's nothing like this in the books. Major Cummings had the best explanation so far. Mental vampire.
That's rubbish. Possibly some animal.
Colonel, I've lived in these backwoods all my life. And I can assure you there's no animal in these parts or anywhere else, for that matter, that could do that.
Maybe that guy Gibbons was right about the supernatural.
Well, whatever the explanation, we'll find it. We must find it. In the meantime, Doctor, I trust I can rely on your discretion.
Not to tell the mayor or the townspeople. Of course, I've got an overworked practice as it is, Colonel.
Thank you. Dr. Warren, I want you to get on the phone. Consult the top medical specialists, wherever they are. Yes, sir. Captain, contact the best authorities. Tell them what the problem is. Find out what they have to say about it. Jeff, the townsfolk know you. Talk to them. Check on anything that seems to be extraordinary, no matter what it is.
Hello? Anybody home? Miss Grizel? Miss Grizel, Great. Look, Miss Grizel, I'm sorry for, barging in like that, but, well, I knocked and there was no answer, and the door was open, so I...
Make yourself at home, Major. I'll be out in a minute.
Thank you.
Found something interesting?
Oh, I was just glancing around.
That's all right. Professor Walgate was preparing these for publication anyway.
Oh, are you correlating his material?
I do most of it. He dictates on this. I edit the tapes and prepare the draft manuscripts.
Some job.
But interesting.
The professor must be quite a guy. Thought control, cybernetics, all that stuff.
That's only half of it.
Strange, isn't it? Finding a man like that here in Winthrop.
In these uncivilized backwoods, I think you were going to say.
Well, I'm afraid so.
Well, the explanation is quite a simple one. Professor Walgate had a stroke about 5 years ago. He's retired now.
Oh, he still works.
And at odd hours.
Odd hours?
He thinks nothing of starting work at 11 at night and working until the small hours of the morning.
You know, the mayor mentioned that Walgate was an authority on psychic phenomena. Is that still a hobby of his?
I don't know. If it is, he'll have Dr. Bradley after him. Dr. Bradley said no more overwork or excitement.
What about you?
What do you mean?
Well, don't you ever get some time off?
Well, sometimes. Hello, Howard. Come on in. Oh, this is Major Cummings from the base.
Yeah, I know. We've met.
Well, I guess I'll be running along.
Well, you've only just been here a few minutes.
Oh, just passing on my way back to the base.
Quite a roundabout route.
The new airfield extension covers a lot of ground.
Too much for Winthrop's liking.
It must keep you pretty busy.
Yes, there's a lot to do.
I bet there is.
Come again?
You found that GI killer yet?
You know, you'd be far better off hunting him down instead of tomcatting around here.
Busted.
Cut it out, the both of you. Come on.
Sorry. I hope I didn't break anything.
I think you'd better leave, Major. You've done enough damage for one morning.
Oh, night, Sergeant.
When you tell me you haven't known me long enough. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll see you later. How do you like that? She says we haven't been properly introduced, and she's a nurse.
I hope you made out better with the museums and stuff.
No, not a chance. They'll think I'm crazy. How'd you make out?
Listen now, we've got work to do.
You're the guy who works after 5, remember, not me.
Now, wait a minute. This is serious. I want you to give me all the information you can on our Professor Walgate. Everything he's ever written. Books, articles, everything.
Don't worry, I'll have this guy in jug by tomorrow night. So long, Mayor.
All right, fellas, all right now. Let's stop this nonsense. No fancy atomic radiation caused these deaths.
What about the mayor? What killed him?
Who are you trying to fool, Gibbons? It's the atomic fallout.
Hold it, fellas, hold it! Someone murdered the mayor. The same maniac that killed Jack Griselle, Ben Adams, and his wife.
All right, Gibbons, where is he?
If you'll shut up, I'll tell you.
Quiet there, let him talk.
Now, the fellow we're after is out there in the woods. Probably some air-based GI that's gone wild. Now, we can't get far if we move fast, and I say let's stop jabbering and get after him.
Right, let's get him.
All right, now, let's go. Right, fellas. Let's fight this guy. Keep a sharp lookout, okay? Okay, let's go.
Excuse me, sir. This just came in from the FBI.
Walgate. Brilliant scientist, recluse, considered highly eccentric.
That old guy, Walgate. Sounds like a cross between Einstein and Robinson Crusoe, sir.
It gets more interesting all the time. Okay, Sergeant, I'm going out for a while. Well, hello. Nice to see you again.
I'm very busy.
Well, I'd like to see the professor.
Oh. Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Come in. Professor Walgate, Major Cummings from the airbase to see you.
Sorry to barge in like this, Professor.
Not at all. These days I welcome any excuse to stop work. Isn't that so, Barbara? Please take a chair, Major.
Oh, thank you. I came to see you about this business with the mayor.
Oh, terrible tragedy, really terrible.
So I need your help, Professor.
Anything you say, just name it.
Well, this is the fourth death in the space of a few days. Not only are they terrible tragedies in themselves, but they're turning the townsfolk against us at the base.
It's just ignorance, my dear fellow. These people are simple, one might say. Narrow in their outlook. Of course, the very secrecy of your activities doesn't help. This development of radar boosted by atomic power.
What gave you that idea, sir?
Well, there was a piece in the Atom Journal about your work on reactors. Wasn't a year ago, and I read somewhere about the new radar patterns. Of course, this territory's ideal for that kind of work. I put 2 and 2 together.
And made 5?
So we saved 4.5. But you don't have to worry, Major. What I surmise, I keep to myself.
Well, I hope so, sir.
Let me offer you a drink. Whiskey?
Yes, please. Straight.
Barbara.
No, thank you, Professor. I'll have the last chapter finished tomorrow.
That's fine. That's real progress. I've already begun on volume 2.
My mind is fairly buzzing with these strange words.
Just a few elementary ideas on the subject, Major. Not so advanced as present-day developments.
I'll try and scribe these while you talk. Excuse me.
That business of her brother, she was devoted to him.
Yes, it was a tough break.
I don't want to seem morbid, but did you see his face after he died?
Yes.
What was it like? I have a reason for asking.
Well, it was an expression of complete horror. Fright. Almost insane, I guess.
What is it?
Did you get him?
What gives? Okay, fellas, okay.
What is him?
No, just a false alarm, that's all.
As you said yourself, sir, the people here are simple and superstitious. Maybe they're not so wrong after all.
What do you mean?
About the supernatural, Something unreal, something never seen by anyone before?
I can't accept that. I've always disproved such theories.
What is it, then?
Nothing supernatural, I'm sure. I can't believe that. I'm a scientist.
You've made a study of psychic phenomena, haven't you?
I tell you, it can't be that. It can't be.
Professor, you know what Dr. Bradley said. Was it absolutely necessary to upset the professor?
It's nothing, Barbara. The Major and I were just having a quiet talk. I got dizzy.
Well, your quiet little talk is over, Major. First Howard Gibbons, now the professor. Do you have to go around making trouble?
You really believe that, don't you?
Well, I can believe my eyes.
I'm sorry, Professor. I didn't mean to disturb you.
No, not at all. Forgive me if I don't rise.
Yes, certainly. Excuse me.
It's me, it's Birch! Have you finished searching the quarry yet?
Yeah, and the men are tired. They want to go home.
But they can't quit now. We've almost reached the air base.
Well, you better tell them they won't listen to me.
Okay, fellas, you spread out again. We'll join up at the Adams fence. Say, you hear something?
Yeah. Funny sound.
You take that path and I'll take this one. And if you see anything, shout.
You said not to let each other out of sight.
These paths run almost parallel to each other. We'll meet up a ways anyway.
The dawn's beginning to come up. Wait a little. We'll see better then.
Oh, we're close to the end now. Come on, boy. Go on, fella. You take that one. Gibbons! Gibbons! Where are you? Gibbons! Where the heck are you? Gibbons! Gibbons! Gibbons, where are you? Gibbons! Gibbons! Gibbons!
I think you should go home, Mrs. Gibbons.
No, I'm all right, Doctor. I'll wait here for my boy.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
Oh, where's Howard? Where is he?
We've searched everywhere.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Oh, I don't believe it. He must be there. I'm going to look for him myself.
You can't go in the woods alone.
Oh, but I got to find him. I've got to find my boy.
Oh, you'd better see that she gets home. Get your wife to look after her. Have you searched the woods thoroughly?
We kept calling for him. If Gibbons is out there and still alive, he would have heard us.
No point in searching anymore. I reckon we ought to call a council meeting and decide what we're going to do.
Yeah, what about it, Bradley?
Well, let's get Melville. He's the deputy mayor. Suppose it's up to him.
Good idea.
Good evening.
Everyone quiet, please. Now, you all know why we're here. We've had 4 deaths, and now our constable has disappeared. The cause of these deaths is still unknown. Everybody seems to have their own ideas, and they all seem connected with the new air base.
Now you're talking.
For this reason, I've asked Major Cummings to this meeting. He's going to help us in any way he possibly can. That goes for his commanding officer, Colonel Butler, who is very concerned about what's happened.
Cut out the soft soap, Melville. Let's get down to brass tacks.
All I know is, before this air base came here, we were doing fine. Now you and these Air Force fellows tell us that it's not radiation at all. Well, maybe you're right at that. I don't know. But forgetting about the deaths, how do you explain the change in quality of the cow's milk, even the quantity? Let the Major tell me about that.
Go ahead, Major.
Well, no one can make anyone believe something if they don't want to believe it. But it has been positively proven that there is no radiation affecting anyone in Winthrop. Not even the cows. As for the milk, I don't know enough about farming, but I would assume...
Giselle did. He knew his business.
And so do I. It was the noise of the jets that did it, nothing more. It frightened the herd. But I can tell you that the herd is normal again. They've got used to it.
Thank you. As for the deaths, gentlemen, we are equally at a loss to give an answer, and equally disturbed. Now, there's been some talk of a mad GI on the prowl. Well, this, I can assure you, is not true. We've checked and rechecked our personnel. We know how you feel, but we're trying to protect our countries from a guided missile attack. If you would only help us instead of fighting us.
It's all a waste of time.
Let's get rid of the base. We had no trouble before they came here. We'll have no trouble after they leave.
I think that's rather foolish,
Gibbons!
It was terrible, Jeff. What could have happened to him?
I don't know.
Would you like a drink?
No, thanks. Barbara, I think Professor Walgate is involved in these deaths.
I don't understand.
Neither do I. Maybe it's just a hunch, but his background, his training.
Oh, Jeff.
Look, Barbara, I checked on Walgate. This research of his, somehow I think it ties in with what's happened here in Winthrop.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is it? Mind if I borrow this?
Where are you going?
I'd like to take a look at your cemetery.
Any word yet from Major Cummings?
Not a thing yet, sir.
Well, keep trying.
Hello?
Hello, Miss Griselle. This is Captain Chester. I've been trying to locate Major Cummings.
Well, he left here about 7:30.
Well, did he say where he was going?
Yes, he borrowed a flashlight from me and said something about going to the cemetery.
Look, I don't like the sound of all this. You wait there. I'll be over right away. You sure this is the place?
Oh, this is the place, all right. Hey, listen.
Huh?
Listen.
I don't hear anything. Now, wait a minute. Come on, over this way. There's someone inside, all right. It's jammed. Here, hold this.
Oh, Harry. Come on.
Hold the flashlight closer. It's coming. Here he is.
Jeff! Jeff!
There's no air in here. Keep the door open. You'll be all right. Now just relax.
Jeff, it's me, Barbara. You all right?
Barbara.
Yeah, you're not dreaming, buddy. It's Barbara.
I was locked in. No air.
Take it easy now. Come on, let's get going. We'll get you back to the base.
No, I gotta see Walgate.
You're in no shape to see anybody.
I've got to see Walgate. Come in. Good evening.
Major Cummings. For Barbara.
It's very late. I hope you don't mind, sir.
Oh, on the contrary, I'm glad to see you. Sit down, won't you?
We missed you at the town council meeting.
I saw Gibbons afterwards. His mind was gone completely mad. It's dreadful.
I was hoping maybe you could help us, sir.
Me? How could I help you?
You're an atomic expert.
Who told you that?
Our files in Washington.
Have you been checking on me?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, would you care for a cigarette, Professor?
No, thanks. I'm attached to my pipe.
Professor, I read one of your books on the materialization of thought. You denied that it was possible, but the thought was intriguing. Yes, if it could be done, why, man could create power by thought. He could will a door to open. He could perform useful work without moving from his chair. Practically anything.
I said it was impossible, didn't I?
Is it? Perhaps with atomic power it could be done.
Oh, please, I'm tired and sick. Stop badgering me, please.
I will if you'll answer me a few questions.
Jeff!
I'm sorry, but I've got to go on. What were you doing in the cemetery tonight, Professor? Were you, looking for this?
I didn't mean to shut you in, close the door on you. I was frightened when I heard you. I only wanted time to get away. I only realized later that you might be shut, trapped. I called Barbara, but
if she hadn't rescued me, I wouldn't be alive.
Jeff.
What were you doing there, Professor?
I had to examine the mare's body. I had to find out the truth.
What was that?
Professor, what's the matter?
Professor, what's the matter?
Yeah, sit down.
Professor, can you hear me?
It's a terrible story. Shut down your atomic plant, Radar.
Call Dr. Bradley right away. I'm going back to the base.
Jeff, be careful. I'm afraid.
I'll be back right away. If I try that again, we'll have more time.
But the thing's fantastic. You can't shut down a whole atomic power plant on such a wild theory.
Well, you can't deny the facts, sir. Griselle, the Adams couple, the mayor. They all died a few minutes after the peak of our radar test, right after our atomic plant was operating under full power.
But it'll take months to get the plant operating again.
Well, it's better than risking any more lives or madmen like Gibbons.
Okay. Let's put it on ice.
How soon you'll be ready, Pete?
We'll shut her down in 5 minutes.
The rods are all smashed.
What happened?
I don't know. We just found them all broken.
We'll never be able to shut her down now.
What about spares?
You know how we put this place together, Jeff. We've no extras of anything.
Well, there must be some way of controlling the reaction.
Well, the rods, we don't stand a chance.
The nearest supply would be at the Hanford Works in the Columbia River. How soon can we get a shipment flown in here?
4 to 6 hours if you phone right now.
Get me the Hanford Works on the Columbia River right away.
Well, Doc, how is he?
Oh, there's no question. It's another attack a little more serious than the last.
He'll be all right.
Oh, sure. See, he gets plenty of rest. Call me if there's any change. For goodness sake, get somebody out here to stay with you.
Jeff, Major Cummings said he'll be back soon.
Jeff? Major Cummings?
Obviously, those rods were destroyed. How and for what reason, we don't know. But we do know that we're in trouble up here. Serious trouble. Hello. Yes, put her through. It's for you, Jeff. Barbara Grizel.
Thank you. Hello, Barbara. Okay, good. We'll be right over. Right, bye. Walgate's regained consciousness. I think we better get over there right away, sir.
Right.
Al, we better get some sidearms.
Check.
Casper, get hold of Dr. Bradley and Melville right away. Have them meet us at Walgate's house.
I shall feel better after I've told you everything. Maybe you can help me to clear up this ghastly business. But no matter what you do to me, remember those horrible deaths were beyond my control.
Go on, Professor.
For many years now, I have been working on a theory of thought materialization. The entire apparatus to give it the required boost is in my laboratory.
Laboratory? Didn't know you had one.
There were many things you didn't know, my child. If you had, you'd never have come here again. You can see it later. I knew I could never succeed on the principles of telepathy. I needed to stimulate my brain to the extent that I could detach thought from my conscious to give it a separate entity of its own. I concentrated on the simplest experiment, to turn the page of a book. I designed an instrument to create a sudden and powerful electrical boost to help me free my thought. But each application of the electric charge created a shock almost equal to electrocution. It made me ill. Dr. Bradley diagnosed exhaustion. He thought my illness was caused by overwork in getting my papers ready for publication. He introduced me to Barbara Grizel. With Barbara as my secretary, I was able to satisfy my publisher and continue my experiments to materialize thought. For a long time, I persisted in this one experiment without success, until one night. The lightning in striking the house gave my instruments a sudden violent charge of power. And my thought was free. Free to turn the page of a book. I altered the design of my equipment to generate these violent power boosts. But it was very dangerous, and I could only undergo each experiment after a long period of rest. Whenever I felt well enough to absorb the shock, I found no difficulty in moving small objects. Eventually, I developed a certain tolerance to the high voltages I used. But what I really needed for regular experiments was a new form of power. Something that was smoother, something that would flow through my brain without causing collapse. The new atomic plant at the air base provided me with this power. I devised additional apparatus that enabled me to divert a portion of the atomic power that was radiating between the ground station and the radar aircraft circling 40,000 feet above. It was power which I could control, and I learned how to amplify my thoughts without hurting myself. I was able to detach my thoughts and allow them to work on their own. I began to devise a being into which the thought, once released, could enter and preserve itself for all humanity. I envisaged something akin to the human brain, with life and mobility, but without the limitations of man's body. I concentrated my entire thought on its creation. I succeeded, but like thought itself, it was invisible. That night I entered my laboratory to take advantage of a radar test, only to find the place in shambles. My equipment wrecked beyond repair. All of my notes about its creation and how I thought it could be controlled were destroyed. I knew now that I had created a fiend. There was no other explanation. I was helpless, but whom could I tell? Who would believe such a fantastic story? I could sense the presence of the fiend there in the room with me, growing more powerful with each succeeding day. My one desire was to destroy the thing, but I possessed no means of projecting my thought to do so. Then I could hear it. Was it possible that there were more than one? I was unable to stop them. They were now drawing power from the atomic station. Its intelligence had expanded. It now knew how to make its escape. And then followed these horrible deaths and Gibbon's madness. I had to know what I had done. I had to see one of the bodies. I went to the mayor's tomb. I now know that I have created a mental vampire, a fiend that needs to drain the intellect to survive and multiply.
I'll get it.
Supposing you're right, Professor, how does it live?
How else but in the brains and nerve centers removed from these dead people?
Then where are they and why can't we see them? This is nonsense.
We're facing a new form of life that nobody understands. I believe it feeds on the radiation from your atomic plant, and that it's evil.
Professor, it's my opinion that the evil's all in your mind. You're in need of medical assistance. Ah, Doctor, I'm glad to see you're here. This man's become a raving lunatic.
Hey, what's going on out there? Hey, look!
Hello. Hello! Professor, what's wrong with your telephone?
Nothing should be the matter unless they've got enough intelligence to cut the lines.
Jeff, I want you to get over to the air base. I want emergency patrols.
He's dead.
Al, give me a hand with this. Hey, quick, barricade that window.
Professor, have you got anything we can nail across that window?
There's some lumber in my laboratory. I'm gonna get out of this.
Pull yourself together and help me with this. Well, at least lock the door. Oh, never mind.
Hey, Captain, give me a hand, please. If we'd only see them, we know what to do.
Is there any way to make them visible?
Not that I know, unless it's a question of the amount of atomic radiation that's available.
Hello. Hello, Casper? Casper, I want to talk to the Colonel. Hello? Hello, Casper, are you there? Hello? Hello?
Get out of here, I tell you.
No. Melville, get a grip on yourself. Get a hold of yourself.
Why are they so quiet? Maybe they're going to leave us alone.
I doubt it. But they've just put out a burst of energy. Perhaps they need to rest. Colonel Butler.
Yes?
How long does it take to shut down your atomic plant?
Why?
If my theory is right, then without the radiation of which I was speaking, these things must die.
Good grief. What is it? What do you see? Let me through! Hey, Jeff, Professor, they're becoming visible.
Someone or something must have increased the power at the atomic plant. What have I unleashed?
Ghastly, it's horrible.
Oh, you can say that again.
It all ties up with what Dr. Warren explained to us, sir. Look carefully. I'll get those sidearms.
I'm sure it's the atomic plant. So long as it goes on, they will multiply, getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
Well, anyway, they're mortal. We've got to stop him.
There's only one way, shut down your atomic plant. Unless we shut off the radiation, we'll all be destroyed, and heaven knows how many others.
Well, sir, there's a dynamite shed between here and the plant. If I can get through, I can blow up the control room.
Well, if that's the way it's got to be.
I'm afraid it is.
Jeff? Must it be you, Jeff?
Yeah, I know the control room layout. They don't.
Be careful, Jeff, please.
Yeah, and be sure and lock this door.
He can't go alone. He won't last a minute amongst those fiends.
It's too late, Professor. Anyway, somebody had to get through.
Then cover him as he leaves the house. And shoot straight, don't waste a shot.
You see him?
No, not yet.
can't.
It's suicide.
They're my creation. Perhaps I can control them. Give Jeff a chance. Lock it after me.
No.
Brave man.
But Jeff, what's going to happen to Jeff?
Take it easy now. I know that guy, and if anybody can get through, he can.
It's been so long since Jeff left.
Don't even think about it.
It's so quiet. I wonder what they're up to.
Colonel, we're almost out of ammunition.
Well, Captain, let's get started. Doc, I'll send you some help over as soon as I get over to the air base.
Thanks, Colonel.
What about Jeff? He's been gone for hours. Jeff! I thought that...
It's okay, honey. It's all over.
Well, Major, I'm leaving you in charge. Report back when you have the situation well in hand.
Good luck, Jeff.
Thanks, boy. Well, Doc, I hope now that we got this thing licked, you'll encourage your people to cooperate with us.
Well, I reckon we owe it to you, Major. And it strikes me you are setting a very good example.
Those brain creatures, nothing short of awesome. Just did get a certificate X in the UK when it was released, so kids couldn't see it. It's really tame compared to stuff now. Also, it was so horrific, it was actually brought up in Parliament a number of times as an example of just cinema that shouldn't be, because it's just so horrifying. I mean, I guess those brain creatures could give you some sort of a nightmare or something if you're a kid in the 50s. Hadn't seen a lot like that in 1958, especially, the sounds that they make and their oh-so-fluid stop-motion animation and how they bled when they were shot and died. And, yeah, brain creatures. Can't go wrong. All right, well, that's about enough for me. I hope you enjoyed the movies this week. We'll have more next week. I've already got some lined up, but I'm not going to tell you what they are, but you will find out. Until next Saturday night, cheers.